Thanks for joining me here today. Today we're going to do a review of these Vanity 415 shoes from Pleaser, which I bought through Bananashoes. Now, back in May I did a video about how Bananashoes are doing a big discount sale, and I snapped up 4 pairs of shoes at a complete bargain price, and I recommended that people have a look at that and take advantage if that's something that you're into. Now, I had a few comments back from people who said they'd had issues with communication and with ordering through Bananashoes. I've never had any problems. I've been ordering with them for years, and I was kind of concerned that maybe they were going out of business. I bought my first pair of shoes from them. I'm quite sentimentally attached to them for that reason. And it's one of those things where you don't like to see things that have been so good for you as a resource potentially going away. Which is why I was so excited when in November I got a promotional email, basically saying that they had a new website up and running. And I wanted to go along and have a look at it, and that's kind of what led me into buying these shoes. So I went to the new Bananashoes website, had a look at the site itself, which I thought was really good. I think it looks great, it's clean, it's fresh, and for one thing, the filtering option works much better now, so you can actually filter on your size of shoe, and you can find what's in stock much easier, or what they have available much easier than on the old website. And I thought that was really good. And they've got the usual stuff that I've come to expect to be able to buy from them over the years. Perhaps with a slightly smaller selection these days as they build up back into things. But this has come with a whole new relaunch and rebrand. And once I placed an order for these pair of shoes, through email conversations and from my confirmation email, which came through very quickly, I got into a conversation with Chloe. Now, Chloe has actually taken over the management of Bananashoes as a website, and it's under completely new management, and they are massively keen to kind of build the brand up again and to fill a space that is quite a difficult one to know how to deal with when it comes to finding larger shoe sizes. So, having seen that they were back, I got in contact with Chloe, just responded to my confirmation email saying, interested to see you back. Hope everything goes really well. I'm a massive fan. I've bought for years, and I've been talking about your shoes for some time on my channel. This is an interesting time, and I hope all goes well for you in the future. Now, we ended up in a bit of a back and forward conversation, and where we've ended up today is that Bananashoes have given me a code for a discount off shoes that you can use going forward for any purchases you make on the Bananashoes website. So that code is JULIETTENOIR, all in capitals, all one word, and I'll make sure that's available in the description and up on the video here today. But you can use that code to get access to a 10% discount off anything you buy from the Bananashoes range. And you can have that going forward. There's no time limit on that currently, so for the foreseeable future, that code is going to be available for you from watching these videos. And this is something that I'm really excited about, because it's kind of getting to the point now on the channel where we are getting enough views that I'm able to not only talk about the things that I like and the things that I've bought in the past, but also potentially pass on some savings and discounts to you. And I've already taken advantage of that code myself to buy another 2 pair of shoes, which hopefully will be arriving a little bit later today. And we'll talk about more of those in the next couple of weeks as I do more of these kind of Fashion Friday type videos. Now, moving on to the shoes themselves, I wanted to get a nice pair of good heels that are good for dancing. I've had a pair of heels which I've worn out twice now. I've had them re-heeled and I'm down to the metal again. I thought I'd try a slightly different style this time, so I decided to pick up these shoes. Now, this is the Vanity. I've got the Vanity, I think they're Vanity 402s, which I've had 2 sets of in the past, but these are the Vanity 415s in black. These are black patent, and these are very slightly different to my existing Vanity shoes. Now, if I show you these, with these shoes, nice sort of height on the heel. They're very elegant, but it's not too high. It's a very comfortable height for me to be able to move around and walk in, dance in. They're the same height as my Vanity 402s. And these Vanity 415s from Pleaser, Nice black patent, nice sort of shiny surface. It's everything you kind of want in a good black shoe, but they've got this T-bar that comes up around the ankle rather than the single strap of the 402, which comes around the top of the ankle here. And I like this. I think it's a nice little bit of a change up. I quite like this T-bar shape. I've got that in my pink sort of fuchsia coloured shoes, which are also from Pleaser. They've got a little bit of sort of glitz and glamour to them as well, but they have that same T-bar. I like that. I think it's a really nice sort of effective design. So I really like these shoes. I think these are great. I've tried them on, they fit me great. They're a size 10. I found that the Pleaser size for me is pretty reliable, and every pair of shoes I own by them is a size 10 and fits really quite well. I don't have any issues with Pleaser with their sizing. Pretty much true to, let's say, true to the number. That's what I tend to find with them. I don't find that I have much variation in the shoes that I buy from Pleaser. Now, the first thing I'm going to say about these is that when I get these shoes, my temptation is to simply put them straight on my feet. And what tends to happen then is that I end up with blisters and rubbing and all sorts of problems. I don't know why it is, but as a guy, when I buy a new pair of male shoes, I would never dream of taking my socks off and trying them on and walking around the house in them without a pair of socks. But for some reason, with heels, the temptation seems to be to just slip them straight on with tights or bare feet and hope that that's going to work. I don't know, it's just how you would wear them. So I tend to try and break them in the same way. Now, what I've kind of realized is that that's by no means the best thing to do. So what I'm going to show you today is what I would do at home to break in these shoes. I've been wearing these at home for around about 6 hours now, just to try and get a bit of movement in them, just to try and get them to mold to my feet. So what I would do with a pair of heels like this is quite literally wear a pair of socks. So I find that that really sort of sets off the outfit very nicely, and I'm sure you'll agree with that. But now what you'll find is, even with or without tights, it doesn't really matter. When you step into these heels for the first time, the socks are going to be cushioning your feet, and they're going to be helping you with ensuring that you're not rubbing too much on the actual shoes themselves. I think you ought to be able to wear any pair of heels with a decent, nice cotton pair of socks underneath and find that they are still a good fit. If they're tight, this will also help them to kind of warm up and adjust a little bit to your feet. Not, you're not going to get like a centimeters difference in these, but if they are a little bit tight, this is going to help you warm them up and get that change in shape without necessarily paying for it later. So I'm not going to bother doing them up right now, but what I would do at home is I would simply put these on with a pair of socks, wearing my normal day-to-day guy clothing, and I would just wander around the house. Now, I have that opportunity, and you may not have that opportunity at home. You may find that when you have your shoes, the temptation is to dive straight into wearing them because they're new and, they're great, etc. But if you can find the time just to kind of pace around at home in a pair of socks, jeans, wear whatever you'd normally wear at home, but a pair of socks, and put your heels on and wander around. I spent a good couple of hours this weekend past. I spent a good couple of hours just cooking and doing stuff in the kitchen, wearing in my new heels. I'm relatively fortunate to have that opportunity, but like I say, if you can take that time, then it's absolutely worth it. So wear them in with your socks on. Very glamorous. Very, very glamorous this is, but it's well worth doing that. Obviously, I would normally do up these straps, but I'm going to take these off in just a second to give you the full kind of look. But that's what I would do. Move around and try on how they feel and get a bit of movement in them as you just start to get them warmed up. Okay, so here we are with the shoes on. Socks are gone now. And yeah, I like these. I'm really feeling the difference from when I first tried them on and I had them on with the socks. I'm now starting to get the measure of them and feeling that they are adjusting to me. And I think these are now in the position where I'd be happy to wear them for night out. So I'm planning to wear these out with my long strappy black dress, the frilly one. which I hopefully will be wearing to Leeds. And yeah, I think these will do very well as a good kind of dancing, moving about type shoe. And they feel comfortable enough to really be able to walk around and kind of get a good evening's wear out of. So all in all, these are thumbs up. I really like the T-bar. I think that's quite nice, elegant little touch. They're definitely not too high, as you can see. So they've got a nice bit of height to them, helping to extend the leg, but not so much that you are, having to sort of totter around taking little baby steps. I can get a good old stride in these, because one thing I really don't enjoy is when I'm going out for an evening out, I'm not a massive fan of having the highest heels and finding that while other people are making their way, let's say, to a restaurant or a bar, or they're heading off in the direction of wherever we're going, I'm lagging behind because I'm sort of taking little baby steps because my heels are so high. These ones, I can get a good old stride in and I can really step out and keep up with company, particularly slightly taller friends who are wearing flats, or people who are maybe more used to wearing those higher heels on a daily basis. But I find that you can get a good old stride in with these kind of shoes. They're much more practical if you're going to be walking from bar to bar or around about a town, something along those lines. So thank you for joining me here today for this review of the Pleaser Vanity 415s, which I got from Bananashoes. That code, again, just to reiterate, is JULIETTENOIR, all one word, all caps, for your 10% discount off any future purchases that you make through the Bananashoes website. Please feel free to use that and, yeah, take advantage of that while it's there and available to you. What I would say about them is, as I kind of mentioned earlier, every pair of shoes bar one that I've bought in the last 4 or 5 years has been from Bananashoes, and I've always had good experience. I didn't get the bad experience that some other people have had, but they have relaunched and they've rebranded. And from what I can tell from talking to Chloe, she's absolutely dedicated to really making this an amazing and excellent customer experience. Give them a go, see what you think, at least go have a look at the website. And if you're in the market for a new pair of shoes, yeah, go for that. It's nice to be able to pass some of this on to yourselves as the channel grows, and hopefully you get more viewers and more subscribers. It would be nice to do more stuff like this, just to try to not only tell you about where I get my stuff and what it is that I am, buying and looking at and interested in, but also to use some of this to pass on savings and discounts to you, really on things that I buy myself. For me, the 10% discount is ideal because it's what I will use to, to secure the shoes for myself. So it's ideal for me as we move forward. Anyway, thank you for joining me for this video here today. Any comments, please let me know in the comment section down below. You can get me through my email address, which is julietteisnoir@gmail.com, or through my website, julietteenoir.uk. There's a whole shoes section on the website about the styles that I have and guidance and advice on what I've done with shoe purchases in the past. So you can get some really good sort of detailed information on there. And if there's anything you don't see there that you want answers to, let me know, contact me, and I'll get back to you as soon as I possibly can. Lovely to talk to you again here today, and look forward to talking to you again soon. Thanks so much, and bye. Bye.